Hello everyone and welcome to the first points paying race of Season 2 of the Honoring Our Heroes Racing Series here at Cactus Raceway. We have 21 drivers ready to tame this 1 mile triangle in New Mexico, and let's take a look at your field. On the pole for today's race, well, at least he qualified for the pole, but due to a wreck in practice, Denny Hamlin is starting at the rear of this field, giving the pole position to Jimmie Johnson. And Tony Stewart qualified second. And then row 2, we have Cactus Raceway and Trevor Bayne. And row 3 is Jeff Gordon and Brad Keselowski. As you can tell, this track is currently undergoing a few renovations. We are in the process of repaving the track, and it is going to take longer than we thought. So, we decided to allow these drivers to go racing as soon as possible. We would repave the track and get a feel for how the track would look like with asphalt. The path to victory lane, the color of the asphalt, is what we hope to have the track look like when we return here for Season 3. And of course, each and every driver in this field is hoping that they will travel down this narrow path and to celebrate here in Cactus Raceway Victory Lane. But that is beside the point. The other renovation update, besides the color of the track, Pit Road is the last remaining part of this track that is concrete, but that will be repaved so that it is about the color of the track now. And then grass will be planted so that by the time we return here for Season 3, we'll have a nice distinguishment between the racing surface and not the racing surface. So, as I mentioned, we have 21 drivers in this field ready to take on 15 laps here, and we have an outstanding number of new drivers in this field. Since there are so many, let's go over the returning drivers. Denny Hamlin is returning for his second for his attempt to defend the Honoring Our Heroes Racing Series Championship title. Jimmie Johnson, he raced about 2 or 3 races last season. He's trying to dethrone the number 11. Trevor Bayne has raced here. He is actually the defending race winner of this race. Let's see if he can go for a two-peat. Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch are 2 returning drivers, as well as Dale Jr. He also ran a part-time schedule in the first season. And looking through the rest of the field, Mark Martin and Kasey Kahne, with pretty much swapping makes at least. Mark Martin now in the 55, Kasey Kahne now in the 5. They're returning drivers looking to make some noise this season. And the 13 and the 22. The 22 this season is being driven by Parker Kligerman, the 13 Casey Mears. That is pretty much all the preseason news we have for you today. So let's go down trackside for your pre-race ceremonies.
Drivers, start your engines.
And here's the starting lineup for the Cactus Raceway 300. On the pole is Jimmie Johnson and Tony Smoke Stewart. In row 2, we have Cactus Raceway, and all aboard the Bayne train, it's Trevor Bayne. Row 3, we have Brad Keselowski and Jeff Gordon. Row 4, we have Matt the Brat Kenseth and Kyle Busch. In row 5, we have Jamie McMurray and Dale Jr. Row 6, we have Good Mate Marcus Ambrose and Eddie Jones. Row 7, we have Joey Logano and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Row 8, we see Rocket Man Ryan Newman and Mark Martin. Row 9, we see Sam Hornish Jr. and Kasey Kahne. Row 10, Casey Mears and Parker Kligerman. And rounding out the field due to a crash in practice is Denny Hamlin. And here are your track race facts for today's race. And we will be right back for the green flag. Green flag is waving lap 1 of 5. Jimmie and Smoke lead them down through turn 1 and 2. Jimmie will clear Tony down through turn 3. Up the short chute to 4 and 5. Jimmie Johnson will lead lap 1. Lap 2 underway down the front straightaway. Eddie Jones making an aggressive 3-wide pass down the front straightaway. Jimmie Johnson through 4 and 5 and again will lead the lap. Look at some flyby action. Now we're on board Carter Adelman with the KFC onboard cam through 1 and 2 into 3. Jimmie Johnson still leads Carter side by side with Smoke. Jimmie Johnson will again lead another lap. We are on lap 4 now. Through the turns. Through turn 3. And oh! A huge crash. Out of turn 1 and in turn 3. Marcus Ambrose, Sam Hornish Jr. Many drivers. Caution is out. Let's check out your instant replay. It looks like Joey gets into Matt. And Marcus Ambrose gets spun out from some contact with Matt. And then Sam Hornish Jr. gets turned. Casey Kane has nowhere to go. Casey Mears gets by fine. And Ryan Newman gets trapped in between the 6 and the 12. Let's take a look at your damage. A lot of smoke and cars crashed everywhere. And I don't know if some of these cars are going to get back going. It looks like the 17 and the 6 get towed. The 39 is going to get back going. But the 12 and the 5 have to get towed away as well. And the 39 gets some tires changed, and the 9 gets his damage repaired. He's going to fall 1 lap down. Here's your restart order, and we will be back for the green flag. Restart, lap 6 of 15. Jimmie and Smoke lead them down again. Through turns 1 and 2, Jimmie will again clear Tony Stewart through turn 3. Up the short chute into 4 and 5. Jimmie will lead the lap as Carter Adelman gets aggressive there with Jeff Gordon. Some more battles between the 18 and 21, and now the 11 and the 62. 3 wide Dale Jr. Whoa, what a save by the 62. Through turns 3 and 4, Jimmie leads the lap again as he gets a shove down the straightaway from Tony on board Jimmie Johnson. And now they're side by side for the lead. The first challenge for the lead all day, lap 9 of 15. Jimmie Johnson so far led all laps today. Look at that flyby action through turns 3, down the short chute, and through 4 and 5. Jimmie Johnson, Tony Stewart still battling it out. Jimmie leads, and Eddie Jones and Dale Jr. Oh, another huge crash. Denny Hamlin upside down. Joey Logano and Parker Kligerman. Cautions out. Look at this. Dale Jr. gets into Eddie Jones, and Dale tries to avoid it. Shoves Denny Hamlin into the wall. He rides up the wall. Jamie McMurray gets into him, and Joey Logano flips him over, and Parker Kligerman tries to avoid it. Can't, hits the wall and runs under the 1. Red flag is out for this huge crash on the front straightaway. Here's the damage. I think all 4 of these guys are going to have to get towed and retired from this race. What a shame. Denny Hamlin, one of the favorites to win this race, and he was running up in the top 10 finally after avoiding all that calamity. Dale Jr. falls 2 laps down, getting damage repaired, and the red flag is now lifted. Marcus Ambrose gets your free pass, and here's the restart order. We will be back for the green flag on lap 12. Green flag back out, lap 12 of 15. Jimmie and Smoke lead him down, and all the leaders get taken out. Caution is out as Carter Adelman inherits the lead. And it looks like Smoke just gets into the 48, and they both spin out. But lucky for Carter, he gets through it, and he will inherit the lead. There's your damage. Both the 48 and 14 fall a lap down. Dale Jr. gets your free pass. Here's the restart order, and we will be back for the first attempt at a green-white checker. Restart. Lap 14 of 15. The 41 and 24 lead them down. Carter Adelman trying to get clear of the 24 through turn 3, down the short chute, into 4 and 5. White flag is in the air for Carter Adelman. Oh, he almost gets turned by Jeff Gordon. He's getting aggressive. Both of them want to win this race. Through 3 for the last time. Down the short chute. Gordon again. Side by side now. And Carter Adelman will win the Cactus Raceway 300. As you see the rest of the finishers, it looks like Kyle Busch on the pit road. Maybe some troubles. But the rest of the field wins. Jeff Gordon was all over the back bumper of that 41 car. And here's your proof as why the 18 was on pit road. It looks like he blew an engine in turn 3. And here's the victory celebration. Great job, Carter Adelman. Raced a great race all day, and what a burnout. And he can celebrate the night away in Cactus Raceway Victory Lane. And here is your finishing order for the Cactus Raceway 300. Carter Adelman, of course, gets the win and the points lead. Then Jeff Gordon. Trevor Bayne wound up 3rd after trying to defend his Cactus Raceway 300 championship last season. Then we have Eddie Jones, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Casey Mears after starting 20th. Great job for him. The Rocket Man up to 8th, Mark Martin in 9th, and Good Day Mate Marcus Ambrose winds up 10th. Dale Jr., Tony Stewart, and Jimmie Johnson make up your last 3 running cars. Then all the cars out of the race: Denny Hamlin, teammate Joey Logano, and we have Jamie McMurray in 16th, Parker Kligerman, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Roush Fenway Racing teammate Matt Kenseth, Sam Hornish Jr., and rounding out the field, Casey Kane only getting 1 point. And here are your point standings. Pretty much straightforward. Nothing much else to say about that. Casey Kane, a lot of ground to make up. And thank you for watching Lego Boys 1624, reminding you to join the fight to stop bullying. If we work together, it gets better. And we'll see you next time, everybody.